Hello everybody, and welcome back to more Let's Get the Platinum Trophy Kingdom Hearts, and we're actually not going to give two shits about the Platinum this time.
This is actually just, if anything, this is like a true filler episode.
Oh, this is 100% filler.
The only true filler episode to Let's Plat.
Yep. So, I've been talking about this for ages. Let's do it.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to read you the Ansem Reports, and we're going to be going off one after another. I'll be starting because I have this jaw issue right now.
Yeah, and we found out when we recorded these before, which if you didn't see the last video, yes, we recorded these before and we screwed up. So that's why none of you say new. And we found out then that the odd numbers have considerably less, let's just say,
Kingdom
emphasis.
Hearts. But considerably less Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. So.
Alright. Much of my life has been dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge. That knowledge has guarded this world well. Not a soul doubts that. I am blessed with my people's smiles and respect. But though I am called a sage, there are things I do not understand.
How did we not notice this the first time through? An entire page without a single word of Kingdom Hearts.
Probably because this is the first report.
Probably.
Oh,
here
God.
it is. Here you go. Have fun!
I believe darkness sleeps in every heart, no matter how pure. Given the chance, the smallest drop can spread and swallow the heart. I have witnessed it many times. Darkness, darkness of the heart. How is it born? How does it come to affect us so? As ruler of this world, I must find the answers. I must find them before the world is lost to those taken by the darkness.
Alright, my turn. It is my duty to expose what this darkness really is. I shall conduct the following experiments. Extract the darkness from a person's heart. Cultivate darkness in the pure heart. Both suppress and amplify the darkness within. My voice is not going to agree with me.
I forgot how much there was in the second report.
The experiments caused by test subjects' hearts to collapse, including those the most delicate. How fragile our hearts are. My treatments produce no signs of recovery. I can find those who had completely lost their hearts beneath the castle. Sometime later, I went below and was greeted by the strangest sight. Creatures that seem to be born of darkness! What are they? They truly sentient beings? Could they be the shadows of those who have lost their hearts in my experiments? Also, warning, I should have mentioned this earlier, but it happened to both of us, where as we went on, we seemed to get more and more British.
Yeah, unintentionally.
Yes. I feel like it started happening with me, and then you started copying me unintentionally or something.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
think
weird.
so. Alright. The shadows that crawl beneath the castle. Are they the people who lost their hearts? Or incarnations of darkness? Or something entirely beyond imagination? All my knowledge has provided no answer. One thing I am sure of is that they are entirely devoid of emotion. Perhaps further study will unlock the mysteries of the heart. Fortunately, there are no shortage of test samples. They are multiplying underground even as I write this report. They still need a name. Those who lack hearts, I will call them the heartless.
Sorry if anybody heard that. My Discord thing is going off again. I should have closed it before I started. I know. I'm bad. Whatever. This is going to be a short video, so I don't care. The heartless appear in groups and are multiplying rapidly. I've provided them both living and non-living samples. They responded only to the living. They seem to multiply after absorbing something from the living creatures. Their prey vanishes without a trace. I believe the heartless are taking hearts. They are born from those who have lost their hearts and thrive on hearts seized from others.
Oh, here we go. This is
the hearts taken by the heartless become heartless themselves. Though I lack proof, I am confident in this hypothesis. We must also study their behavioral principles. Though they also lack emotions, they seem to have some intelligence. How to communicate with them? It just occurred to me. Could they be the darkness in people's hearts?
I think this is the part where I noticed that there was a lot of Kingdom Hearts in this game. That's the way I'm gonna describe darkness
It
in
took
the
you 4
heart.
cases to figure that out.
Oh god. Ansem Reports 5. Let's
Actually,
go.
before we start, do you mind if I just shut Discord off?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna... What the?
Wait,
it's already
but
off?
this-
What?
But
How
Discord
does
is
that even
closed.
happen? Close.
Did you have 14 friend requests?
Shut up. I never use Discord, I don't care. I basically only have you and people I talk to regularly on there anyway, and even then I barely use it.
Fair enough. To study heartless behavior, I picked one out for observation. It wiggled its antenna and, as if sensing a target, headed deep into the castle. In the deepest parts of the castle, its antenna began vibrating, as if searching for something. Suddenly, a strange door appeared. I'd never known of its existence. It had a large keyhole, but didn't seem to be locked, so I opened the door. What I saw on the other side mystified me. What was that powerful mass of energy? That night, I observed a great meteor shower in the sky. Could it be related to the door that I have opened?
You see what I mean now about the difference from all the emphasis we have to give? This is why you gave him the odds.
Mostly because of this jaw issue, otherwise I would have had no issues doing this all over again.
A massive core of energy lay beyond the door, sought by the heartless. It may well be the ultimate goal of all heartless. But what is that energy? I've devised a hypothesis, again, based upon my observations of the heartless. The heartless feed on others' hearts. They yearn for that energy core. The thing beyond the door must be a heart, too. The heart of this world. There is no proof, but having felt that immense energy, I'm certain that was the heart of the world. The heartless are trying to take the hearts, not only from all living creatures, but from the world itself. But what do they mean to do with the hearts of the world?
Are you slow?
You only had to emphasize this, like 1 or 2 words, and they were really as long.
Are you starting
This was
to?
the ultimate example of that. I don't think there was a single word to emphasize.
Are you slowly starting to like feel why I was getting winded by the end?
I'm not winded. It's like my voice just wants to stop working.
Indeed. I am now studying material from the meteors that rained down that fateful night. What a find! The material is foreign to our world. It is elastic to the touch, and when 2 pieces are combined, they bond easily. None of the records I've scoured even mention such a substance. Was it introduced to this world when I opened that door? I wonder how many other such materials drift through the atmosphere of this tiny world. I wish I could soar off and find out. Could there be uncharted worlds up there? My curiosity never ceases to grow. But I should stop speaking of such unrealistic dreams. For now, there's no way to venture outside this world. My people and I are all but prisoners of this tiny place.
Not a single thing to
word.
emphasize, and the last one only had 1. Comparatively, there's no doubt that the heartless are deeply connected to people's hearts. Further study may unravel both their motivations and the mysteries surrounding the heart. As a start, I have built this device that artificially creates heartless. By recreating the conditions that spawn the heartless naturally, to be able to produce them artificially. This device is the culmination of all of my research thus far. The machine's tests run successfully created a heartless. This may be a step toward creating a heart from nothing. The artificially and naturally created heartless showed nearly identical traits. The 2 types should remain distinct for the purposes of this experiment, so I'll mark the ones that are created artificially.
I'm just waiting for the report where it gets to the most Kingdom Hearts.
I think you have it this time, because I had it last time, didn't I?
I think I had it. I'm not really sure.
So maybe I'll have it.
Yeah. Simply astonishing! Today I had a guest from another world. He is a king, and his vessel is built of the material that compose the meteors. He called the pieces gummy blocks. It seems that my opening that door has opened a path to interworld travel. What? We talked for countless hours, but one story in particular caught my interest. That of a key called the Keyblade. The Keyblade is said to hold phenomenal power. One legend says its wielder saved the world, while another says that he wrought chaos and ruin upon it. I must know what this Keyblade is. A key opens doors. It must be connected to the door that I have opened. Also, can I just mention, we didn't mention this before, but at this point in time, shouldn't Mickey already been a Keyblade wielder?
Keyblade wielder? He should have been a Keyblade master.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Huh, the continuity really is broken.
Oh, it was broken from literally the first scene. I think anyone that even remotely is interested in the plot of this franchise has to acknowledge that the games are being written as they go along.
Pretty much.
There's no way around it. Okay. Just as people have hearts, so do worlds. The same can be said of the stars in the night sky. And deep within each world lies the door to its heart. The heartless desire those hearts, born into the darkness in people's hearts. They seek to return to a greater heart. Was that it?
No, I think it's the next. I think it was on page 2.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, here it is.
Yes, that's it! The heartless come from people's hearts, as does the darkness! I unplugged my headset. Oh, great. Well, I don't really need it right now. I want it in anyway, damn it.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's back. It's the core of the world's heart! The world of the heartless! I will pursue the answer there and become all-knowing! My path is set out. I shall seek out the wielder of the Keyblade! And the princesses. My body is too frail for such a journey, but I must do this. I will cast it off and plunge into the depths of darkness!
Oh my god.
You know, we were just talking about continuity involving Birth by Sleep, and
we've now reached the end of continuity.
yeah. Rest in peace.
Opening the door to a world's heart causes its walls to crumble. These fragments are seen as shooting stars. This explains why these gummy blocks can travel freely to other worlds. Why does it alternate every other chapter between gummy blocks and heartless stuff? This was bugging me, and I never said anything about it.
Future too, just so you have something to say.
I know, but I'm sorry to cut off in the middle of reading this page, but why is it every other page that it does this? It doesn't make sense to me.
It's like it was written by 2 different people. Maybe it was.
I know.
That would actually explain a lot.
I know the catalyst of this collapse, the appearance of the heartless. However, it will take time to search out the world's doors and to retrieve each heart. Furthermore, the doors can be locked using a keyblade, making the heart forever unattainable. I must take action before the wielder of this key appears in this world.
Fetch me this key!
Oh, key!
There we go.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that's an emphasized word. If the princesses and the Keyblade are connected, how does he know about the princesses? We went over this before, but where does this pop up? This should resonate. I've chosen a girl. I don't know if she holds the princess's powers. I'm not to find another word.
It's fine.
But I will find out. She may lead me to the key bearer. You mean the millions of key bearers? I shall set her free and observe.
Like, I'm not gonna talk about it yet because it would spoil future games. So I'm starting to think that this is written by 2 different people.
No, I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm sure you know the 2 I'm talking about, but
Yeah.
I'm starting to think it is, because that would explain a lot. So like, there's some of these that are unmistakably the Ansem that we know, and anyway, the body is gone. The heart should have returned to the heartless, and yet nothing. This one is unlike any other. Its memories remain, and it is yet to take the form of a heartless. A close eye must be kept on the situation. Much is still unknown. To get to the realm of darkness, one must go through the doors of Kingdom Hearts! The place where the world's hearts connect! I've got to do another chapter of this. Yep. Beyond this world is a place in which darkness reigns. Details shall be archived in a separate report. There are many worlds in existence, some of which we know nothing about. The world in which we live, the realm of darkness, the realm of light, and the world in between, wherein lies true nirvana.
Are you ready?
Wait, which one did we just do? I think I might have hit back by accident.
We did 12.
Okay, that's what I thought, just being sure. Yeah, that's it.
You ready?
Alright, 3. I'll wait for you to start, because it's a little behind for you.
Here we go.
Where does the body go when it separates from the heart? If the soul remains within the body, is it still considered to be deceased? When the heart returns to heartless, the physical form disappears. But that is merely true in this world. Perhaps the body exists in another form in another world. If that's the case, then it is possible for one to exist in 2 worlds. A being that is neither darkness nor light, belonging nowhere, abandoned by its heart, a mere shell of its former self. A relation between the heart and body is complex. However, I am certain that if yourself exists here, then by definition, the other cannot truly exist. The other does not exist. Shall it be done? Nobody! Amazing. It took us longer this time, but I don't mind. That was great.
All right, and then I guess you did show off.
I showed off all the characters
that we
the
killed.
heartless we fought.
Yeah. So here's a little. Think of this as like an addendum before the final game, I guess. You know, the true prologue or epilogue.
I guess technically there is the other enemies that we fought.
Yeah.
During Ansem, which would mostly apply to these. Because there's the one segment of the boss. So, give or take 50, maybe.
No, remember, it doesn't save after.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I can't hear mine say it. Oh, dude, my voice is going back to Ansem. I heard it for a second. Keyblade! If you didn't notice it, yeah, it did happen for both of us. We started going British towards the end.
Yeah, we did. Oh, God. So here's Shadows. He killed 1,035 of them.
Beautiful.
These ones don't dance.
Aww.
Or walk. My bad. 66 Giga Shadows.
Same one's just bigger.
Ugh. Still really uncomfortable watching this.
Okay, moving on.
378 soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
6 stealth soldiers.
I mean, these should just be invisible, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
This
These
looks
guys
so
actually,
weird.
they actually move differently, more inhumanly and weirdly than the other soldiers, which already move weirdly to begin with.
It's just missing frames.
Large body, 210. This guy, he's just chilling.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe he's actually just a good guy and we're just like bullies.
Yeah, maybe we're just jerks.
Yeah, maybe we're just bullies. Maybe we're the Mario to the Mario vs. DK.
I noticed his shoes. They were interesting.
561 Little Red Nocturnes.
Respectable. There was a lot of these guys at the beginning, but once you hit Hollow Bastion, they're kind of non-existent, so...
Yep. And remember, he farmed the Blue Rhapsodies, so... 415, but he killed less. And he farmed these at the beginning of the game when he didn't have to.
I think I did have to farm some.
Yellow Opera.
426. A little bit more than the blue.
I feel like these guys appear less than the other ones, but you killed a lot of them, surprisingly. Oh, you missed one at the bottom. Hold on, I think.
What one was it? There was yellow ochre.
Never mind. I thought you did. 181 green requiems. These aren't that abundant, but it makes sense because it'd be annoying if these things were all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely, because they heal enemies and...
Exactly.
And I don't think there's any magic that can counter it either.
Nope. I think gravity is the only thing that works on it.
These guys. Their little feet.
Yeah, he noticed that little feet moves really fast.
Mm-hmm.
It also confirms that these enemies even have feet, so...
Mm-hmm. It's only 5 of those, but that's all we needed.
Power Wild, 275. This is where stuff gets really like world exclusive for the most part. So there's gonna be a lot less killed for these. These are.
We spent a fair amount of time in Deep Jungle just because of all the synthesis that was done there specifically. Like, there's Black Balges, Pink Argalcus, or whatever you pronounce it as. I did most of my farming for the Mystery Goo in Deep Jungle.
Yeah, so. But still, you killed Lil.
Yeah. Only 40 of these.
These things just like never appear, so this makes sense.
They're super annoying.
They are. Well, they're only annoying because they move really fast. They're like the only.
They're annoying because they cost you your money.
That too, but I think the most annoying part, honestly, is just that they move away from your melee attack and they just move all the time, so you can't quickly kill them. You just have to use magic.
I killed 115 of these.
Sniper Wild. Which I thought made no sense because I was trying to consider the fact that what's it called? I was trying to think of how many of the power stones or whatever you got.
Yeah, but then you remember you need to kill 6 of them for a chance to even have them drop.
Yeah, so he kept. So that's why he has so many defeated, and it makes sense to me now. So Air Soldier. These things kind of stop ceasing to exist after Hollow Bastion. They appear after you do Hollow Bastion, they appear in very few locations, so they're not completely gone, but they're mostly gone.
The fingernails still look really weird.
They do. If I remember correctly, the Air Soldiers appear kind of all over the place right before Hollow Bastion, and then after that they just kind of disappear.
Yeah, I think they're replaced by Dark Balls.
Pretty much.
Remember right? These guys are exclusive to Agrabah, that's why there's not all that many.
Yeah, these guys are pure exclusive. You've almost killed more Power Wilds than Bandits. Everything here is pretty exclusive.
Yeah, this one's Agrabah exclusive too. I mean, with the I don't feel the need to bring this up but there is, for example, the rooms in End of the World, and there's the Olympus Coliseum, but other than that...
I was going to bring that up, but... it's one section where you beat 2 of them, so yeah.
The Olympus Coliseum is a bit more, but
yeah, Olympus Coliseum makes sense, but End of the World not really. Pot spiders. These things are two worlds.
I only remember the ones in Agrabah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Are they monsters? No, those are the pot barrel spiders.
Yeah, that's these things.
I still wish these were utilized a bit more, especially because I feel like pot spiders were abused or used way more than these, even though they weren't really. Whenever I think of more abundant enemies between these two, I almost forget these guys even exist.
It's because you kill them off so fast. They die in a hit or two.
Well, that's just because of their explosion mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, they're only really in Monstro.
Yeah.
Pot Scorpion, 9 of this.
This was a synthesis farm enemy, right?
Yeah, and this guy is probably what people will farm the most for synthesis.
Only killed 9 of them, though.
Yep. I usually kill 20 or so of them, because I have to get so many mithrils.
I was mostly really lucky with synthesis. There was definitely some rough spots, for sure.
Yeah, but you also planned on...
Yeah, but that was only the very end.
Still, that's...
Oh yeah, it helped majorly.
That saved you hours.
Oh, I know. That's why I did it. I knew it would. It's worth the time. Anyone that wants to go through the game again for whatever reason, plan it out in advance.
These appear in 3 of the endgame planets, but you still didn't really kill that much.
Yeah, they only mentioned Atlantica. I know they show up in Monstro. I think they're in Halloween Town.
Yeah, they're prominent in Monstro. Atlantica, they're like kind of there.
There's a few. Also, these guys have weird fingernails too.
Yeah, and like you said, Halloween Town. So they're in 3 planets, but they're not really like there much. They're also in some locations in Traverse Town, but not really abundant. That's post Halabastion.
I almost forgot about this. The fact there's that gaping hole there in the side.
Yeah.
This one too.
This guy's eye pops in and out.
Oh, and I was complaining about the fingernails in the last ones. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. You were complaining a lot of. And here's a fun little story just for everyone about the Grand Ghost. So I never have issues with this enemy, but I think during the recording of the last 3 parts, I was playing on my Kingdom Hearts re-platinuming save, and this thing trolled me. I used an elixir on it, but it hit me, so it used the elixir, but it didn't get used on him. And then I tried to do it again, and I used an elixir on myself, and then I used an elixir on him again, and he hit me again, so it used my elixir again, and it didn't give it to him. And then I tried to give him an ether, and then he disappeared.
Amazing.
So, yeah, there's a little story for everyone.
Right, so we're on to Atlantica enemies now.
Yep, these are definitely strictly...
Yeah, 100% Atlantica, like not even in the Olympus Coliseum.
Only in End of the World for that one brief section.
Yeah.
And even then, there's like only like 3 of these.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then Sheltering Zone. These
basically seems the last enemy just bigger.
I wonder if it counts the small ones that it spawns. Does it count them as Sheltering Zones, or does it count them as Semions?
I was just wondering that, and I'm not sure.
Maybe I would assume it would count them as Sheltering Zones, because if you're farming synths...
Or maybe it just doesn't count them at all.
Maybe. Screwdriver. Diver, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just this guy. 116 of them.
I hadn't noticed the torpedo in the head until now, and now it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. And now we're gonna get to the most... No, not this guy. But yeah, the Aqua Tank. These guys are pretty easy.
Yeah.
All over the place.
37 of them.
Yep.
Usually being carried by screwdrivers.
Yep, and that's a different enemy. We'll see here.
Well, we already got the screwdriver.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, we'll see the ones that have the screwdrivers on them. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
White Knight. I'm still surprised you killed 302 of these, especially because they're
almost exclusively Halloween Town, right?
They're almost exclusive. I think there's a decent amount in the Olympus Coliseum. I think that's maybe why you have so many. Assuming it counts Olympus Coliseum.
I'm not sure if it does. I'm kind of assuming it does, just because the math makes more sense.
Look at its right arm. Look how weird that looks, because it's like super long.
The whole body looks weird, like the feet, like the toes, the finger. I'm sorry I keep bringing up fingers, but it's creepy, okay?
So weird. Ugh. Get off here. Get out. Gargoyles. These things are also in multiple planets, I feel like, too, but they're not, like, I'm pretty sure they're in Hollow Bastion the first time around, and...
I think you're right.
Of course they're in Halloween Town. They're actually not that prominent in Halloween Town, funny enough. Actually, they're not really that prominent as a whole, if I really think about it. Like, they don't really spawn way too much. They probably spawn mostly in Olympus.
Yeah. Chimera.
Here's...
I remember these
things.
things.
God, I never realized how big its left hand was. Or left arm as a whole. I didn't even... I'm so used to looking at this little, like, drill arm that I never noticed that it even had a big hand.
There's something in the jar shape that's popping out. Is that a kid, or what is that?
I don't know.
But I see eyes in there.
Maybe that's where the true Heartless lies? I
Maybe.
don't know.
Or, oh, no, Joe, look at the picture.
Oh.
That's it.
Huh. Why do we make that so hard on ourselves?
Yeah. Alright, Pirates, Neverland.
These are mostly just Neverland exclusive, yeah. I don't know, I've always liked how these enemies looked design-wise. They're one of my favorite Heartless, I think, design-wise. I don't know why.
It works.
It's funny because Neverland has some of my like more favorite ones than it has some of my least favorite ones, mostly because I don't really remember them. These guys are never used anywhere.
54 total, and I think most of that is Olympus.
Yeah, seriously, these guys are never used anywhere.
Battleship. Oh yeah,
these guys
things.
Obviously aren't used anywhere because they actually like fly. And
Yeah, again,
fly.
this one convinces me. Yes, it's Olympus Coliseum is counted because there was actually a fair, not a lot, but there's a fair number of them.
Yeah, that would make sense. Here we go, jet balloon.
I'm gonna move over.
These are the ones. See, he's only killed 6 because these guys don't really exist anywhere. But yeah, these are the guys that hold screwdrivers. I guess they are the ones that hold. Oh wait, no. This is the one that drops the one in Neverland.
Yeah, this is the Neverland enemy. The one that makes you drop your money, and then I learned I could just use arrow to block the attack.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused. I actually thought this guy was the ones in Atlantica that hold the screwdrivers. I didn't know that one in Atlantica were still considered aqua tanks.
Yeah, they're still aqua tanks.
Oh, huh. Okay, that makes sense to me. I was a little confused. That makes sense
halfway
to
done.
me now.
Dark, but oh boy, here we go.
Yep, 12:30. Yep, makes sense because these are.
Yeah,
like,
once you beat Hollow Bastion, they show up everywhere.
These guys turn into the shadows essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And these guys are basically soldiers after Hollow Bastion.
Yep. Except for he's killed 307, but I swear there's way more than that he's killed. Maybe I'm thinking of.
I feel like that too.
Maybe it's just the defenders I have to kill, especially because I had to farm the defender shield.
You know, I farmed a bit of defenders too, though. Like, not as much as you did, I think, but...
I feel like you killed over 500 to 700 of these things.
Yeah. Maybe I reloaded or something.
Because these guys are abundant, so...
Oh, yeah. Wyvern.
Wyverns, these guys aren't really, so they're just Hollow Bastion and Trevor's Town, so yeah.
That one I'm not too surprised about.
Yeah, same.
These
Wizard,
guys...
523, which that one I feel like, again, you killed more than 500.
Especially after not the last part, the part before, the one where I had to grind for the Wizard Relic.
Yeah, so...
That's probably...
That was a synthesis part, so...
Yeah. Or no, that wasn't a synthesis part. I was done with synthesis at that point. It was... what was I doing that video? It was level 100, Wizard's Relic, and I was doing super bosses, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Sephiroth and Unknown.
Literally
one.
Well, it's because there's only
one. I know.
There's only the boss version.
Yep.
Of Behemoth, so I kind of wish they used this boss in later games, just because I like his design.
You can see him in the background of Cage 2. Does that count?
No.
Aw.
Like, I wish they used him more, just like at least in cutscenes or something, because he's just cool in design, if you ask me.
I mean, again, Cage 2, they use him in the background for 1,000 Heartless.
Immensely powerful Heartless, they'd also say that. And there's the Destroy Human. And then this is a greater Behemoth subspecies. This guy is the boss. Oh yeah, so they definitely do count the ones in Olympus, yeah. Because this is the Olympus boss.
Yeah, and you fight it 3 times because, you know, the first time through, and then of course I had to go through it again for solo and for time trial.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the Arch Behemoth that's in End of the World. I still don't know how you killed 3 of them. I thought there was only the one that you had to kill.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So I don't know what's up with that.
I swear I only killed the one.
Also, I think, fun fact, I want to say all the Behemoths have the same color in the original game. I could be wrong there, but I feel like in the original game, all of them had the same color scheme, no matter the difference between them. Maybe there was a slight alteration for the color scheme, but it wasn't enough for me to really notice it.
Maybe.
Invisibles really only End of the World and Olympus.
Yeah.
These are pure Heartless. These are pure Heartless.
Yep.
This is something we forgot to mention.
Oh yeah, we mentioned that on the original recording of this, but...
Yeah, because they explain it in the reports.
Yeah, which we just read through, but it's the emblems.
Silly, so I'm sorry if you weren't paying attention because we were being silly. But basically, if they have the marking on them,
yeah, like that,
the emblem, that means they are created.
They're artificial Heartless, not real Heartless.
Yeah,
this is a real Heartless because it doesn't.
Yeah, and they're called pure Heartless because they don't have the.
And this one's artificial because again it has the emblem.
Yep, there's only 101 of those killed. Makes sense to me. And shadows, 45 of these bastards killed. Hate these guys. Also, these guys are pure Heartless too. plant mushrooms. This was his best friend.
Oh, I know. I loved these things.
And then there's the black fungus.
I hated these guys.
Yeah, his least best friend. His least favorite best friend.
Mhm.
And the rare truffle, his most ignored best friend.
Pretty much. I just completely ignored it.
And then
And
no,
this is the
his,
thing that
this is his most hated.
I don't know. It actually didn't end up being that bad.
Sure, this is his not bad best friend. I'm getting a phone call. Be right back a second.
That's fine.
You
I'll
can just
I'll skim over this. These then. Dark side. It doesn't say, but there's one of them. It was a boss. It was back at Destiny Island. You had to fight it as a boss before you went Traverse Town for the first time.
It's alright, it was a solicitor like I expected. But, you know, I always answer the phone calls just to be sure.
It's fine.
And then here's guard armor, which we talked about this before. I still think he looks silly in this game. Like
He does, and I love it.
Like it just makes me think of a circus. Like
That's so perfect.
Like, he's so colorful and it's all circusy and...
Not just for
It's
but
not-
the
it's
emblem
not
is
bad.
upside down on the back.
Yeah, it's upside down because for opposite
Yeah.
armor, they were just too lazy to, like, get rid of it for one thing and then... whatever. But yeah, there's this guy. He only killed one. Because technically there's the next one we're gonna see, the red armor, which is the original color scheme for...
I don't know. Like, now that I've seen opposite armor, this one just looks really bland.
I don't know. I think it just, like I said, it's a bit of nostalgia that's blinding me, mind you.
I mean, I played the original game before Final Mix as well, but it wasn't nearly as long as it would have been for you. I think I waited like a couple of years, maybe.
Yeah, not only that, but I played the first game like crazy. But I just think the color scheme works better, like I said, for like Heartless, because it's closer to like a Heartless-y color, quote unquote. And then here's opposite armor, which is just his body flipped, literally.
Amazing.
Opposite armor.
And this is the one I will actually give you fair
Yeah,
points on. This one looks
this-
ridiculous.
This guy looks stupid with his new color scheme, but
It was
he
red
looks
and black
better with
before,
red
and it looked
black.
way better.
Yeah, and that fit Wonderland more, red and black.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I know they did it because they were trying to make it feel like a quote unquote new experience, but this was one of the worst changes they had.
This
to
was the
color.
worst as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's really bad. Stealth sneak. This one was really cool. I like this one.
I don't even remember the old one. I think it was a darker green, but
Yeah, it was like a darker. It was just like a dark green, and it
which I
didn't-
mean is fine, but
Yeah, and I don't think it had all these markings on it. I think it had some, but not like all these like cool markings that were really prominent and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Then we have the sneak army, which are just the mini. I think it had that. I think it was just a green version of this. Like I think it just had those markings on it. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what it was. It was literally just like a dark green version of that guy.
oh, 18 of those. I was not paying attention to the numbers anymore because he was going through bosses.
Yeah, and those guys are literally only in Olympus costume.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then Pot Centipede, stupid boss. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. About right.
Parasite
boss.
Cage. This one is another one that I don't like the color change.
So it's another vibrant color, but again, I think it works. Considering the level it's in.
Monstro, but again, I think the other color scheme just fit the boss more. I guess is the best way to put it.
I don't know. This one looks way better to me.
I prefer the original still, but again, I
That's
could just
fine.
be nostalgia blinding me again. Kurt Ziza, Heartless.
I mean, I don't think there's any differences between
You
this
didn't
and
even
Final
know
Mix.
he was a Heartless. No, there is none. I didn't even know he was a Heartless till we learned it was on his little loin.
Yeah, seriously. Well, now we know.
I just thought it was
And
like a
one
random
more.
one. And then Phantom. He is so Phantom. And I prefer this color change over the other one because the other one was like it's like dark blue and black. So I think
I looked it up
black
after
body.
that. I actually kind of prefer the original one a little bit.
It kind of depends on well the thing about this is
This isn't bad. It's just
I like the shadowy effect that they put on his arms for the black part. Maybe
Oh,
if they
sure.
maybe if they swapped the black and white, you might have.
Oh
liked
yeah,
it
absolutely.
a bit more.
It's the overwhelming white. It's...
But I think I prefer this version. In that's including the fact that I was kind of am nostalgia blinded a little bit. So
And, I mean, some of the bosses are included in here as well. I was looking to see where,
oh, I'm actually taking a look at the original Phantom. I don't know. I guess they're on equal grounds for me. I do like the concept art for the original Phantom, though.
Here's Ice Titan.
I also wish I wish some of the super bosses like Phantom came back. That'd be cool.
Yeah, sure.
I digress. Yeah, and then in the there's some other bosses in the character section, which makes that does make sense to me.
Because they're not heartless.
Yeah.
Which I was looking for the others to see if they're in here, and I'm not seeing them. I was looking for Sephiroth and what's his name? Unknown. Oh, they're here. Unknown, at least.
He just question mark. And then I made fun of this. I made fun of Jiminy, and he just all he put is unknown, mysterious figure who appeared in Hall of Bastion. He didn't put any other details or anything. He's not like guy in cloak, has lightsabers. Like he didn't put any of that. And then there's Ansem. If you want to get a good look at Ansem's model, everyone, there you go. It's Ansem.
I was looking for
He looks so
Sephi.
angry.
There he is. Last super boss.
He's actually named Sephi?
No, his name's Sephiroth.
Then who the heck is Sephi?
No one. I called him Sephi.
No, like go back in the last page. Go. Oh, it's Selfie. I thought it was Sephi. I was really confused. Also, one thing I'm pointing out is how does Jiminy know that? What is a Final Fantasy VII, and how does he know?
Excellent question. Jiminy, I would like answers. Like, we've joked about Goofy knowing everything, but I feel like Jiminy is probably the one that really knows everything.
Yeah, seriously.
And, okay, anyway, this video went on way longer than we expected. Like, the original one was only, like, 20 minutes.
Well,
we like to ramble, so...
Yeah, wait, how long was this video? I can't check. Let's see.
42 minutes, or just under.
It felt like it was 20 minutes still.
Thank you all for watching. Next time will be Ansem.